Hey folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Threepwood, our Dwarf Hunter on Mirage Raceway Classic EU. Hope you are all super well. I should say it's Classic Era, the servers, not the anniversary servers. There is the little bit of gold that I sent over for us. We're picking up exactly where we left off. I hope you're all good. Thank you for all the support on the recent videos. I'm so glad people are enjoying the cozy, comfy playthroughs. If you're here for the first time, this is the kind of stuff that we do. Just nice, chilled, long leveling campaigns, something to relax to. We chat about all kinds of stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. It's not like super high edited kind of stuff.
What can I do for you?
So let's get comfy, shall we? I've got my cup of tea. I've got my favourite old comfy jumper on, and I'm ready to go. Now, what did we say we were going to do? I think we were going to go and do Bernie's necklace. Yeah, gold tooth. And I think the aim was to try and get to level 10 this evening, to look at maybe the next episode, hopefully getting our pet. Hope you're all well. What did we decide? Have we even picked a profession? 1 second. Have I picked a profession? Maybe I haven't. No, not yet. I'm not really in a rush to, though, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you're all well. Today is Wednesday. It's my last day off. I had a few extra days off this week to spend time with Kirsty, who's off for half term. And yeah, back to work tomorrow, but we have been playing some Season of Discovery today. I've got a gnome warrior. And she has got a human paladin, and we've just been enjoying playing some fresh characters. And obviously there's been the announcement of there's no more Season of Discovery chapters coming out. However, the servers are not being closed down, which is amazing, so people can keep experiencing that flavour of WoW. And obviously they've released the announced date for Mr. Pandaria pre-patch and the main game, and they've added Joy's Journeys to the Cataclysm servers. So I started a Cataclysm character today. I'm going to be playing as a human protection warrior on the Firemore EU server. I'm going there because I know a few people there. I'm not going to record any of that. If I do, it will probably be the odd dungeon or like to a live stream or something like that. But I can't imagine I'll be doing a long playthrough of that. You know, maybe, who knows. But right now I'm not sure. I'm kind of focused on this one character, but I also understand that we don't want to just have one character going one playthrough. It's nice to have a little bit of variety. Obviously we've got the hardcore stuff on the live streams, and there should have been a live stream tonight, but obviously it was my last day off before going back to work, so I just wanted to spend it with the family and stuff like that. So we've been talking about my WoW history over the past few days, and I just want to say thank you for everyone who has commented on that and talked about their own WoW history. Really cool to hear. I love hearing about all of that. I thought we could have just a conversation about favourite games in general, because, you know, we could talk about that forever. And I don't know if I'm going to speak about specific areas or just random games that pop into my head. But I thought, why don't we start by talking about my very first experience with video games and how I got into it. As long as I can remember, video games have been part of my life. And that is because while my dad would not describe himself as a gamer, he enjoys playing some games, and we grew up playing some games together. And he owned a very old gaming console called a Spectrum Sinclair, a ZX Spectrum Sinclair. It ran tapes, and it used to scream at you while it loaded up. It was just like, and it would like take 20 minutes to load a game, and the games, were very sort of basic, rudimentary kind of things. And my first memory of a game was a game called Booty. And it was a pirate-themed, what would you call it? Pirate-themed, side-scrolling, almost like, I don't know, like an early kind of Donkey Kong Mario thing. You have to dodge certain things. You have to climb ladders to avoid other things coming across the screen. And what I remember from it mostly is it played that famous pirate tune, just over and over again on a loop, never ending. And that's, I remember just asking my mum and dad, please load the pirate game, so I could play it. And yeah, it would take like 20 minutes. So yeah, the ZX Spectrum was the first console that I ever played. It was not current when obviously I was playing it. It was probably I'm guessing a mid-80s system. I'm not sure, maybe early 80s. That's a guess. I'm not super clued in on all the old console kind of stuff. But that was kind of how we were as a family, I guess, as having a dad who was casually into playing the odd game. He wasn't bothered about keeping up with the most recent console and stuff. So, yeah, that was like my first dip into it. But I remember the first time I actually wanted my own console, and that was watching my cousin. He was playing GoldenEye on the N64. And I think it's the first time I'd really seen a proper video game, like an actual 3D kind of game. But now I played games. It's going to be hard to explain this, so I'll keep going. But obviously that was a 3D game. But my first games was games like Sonic and stuff like that, and like the Lion King game and all of that. And that's because obviously I saw the N64 and all of that and was like, wow, this looks incredible. And I remember my cousin specifically shooting the bad guys in the bum to make me laugh, because I was much younger than him. And I said, oh, I'd love a console, Mum and Dad. And it's probably like a finance thing as well. They couldn't afford like an N64, but they got me a I know, please, I'm entirely grateful. I'm not being like, oh, they could only get me this. No, not at all. They got me a Mega Drive, or Genesis, as I believe it is called in. Well, I think ours is the Mega Drive, and Genesis in the UK, in the US. And I think that's where the love proper started with the hobby. What did we? Oh my god, things are respawning quickly. So, I'm sorry, I've got a hair in my mouth. I got with that. I got the Lion King game. I got a game called Skeleton Crew, which I loved. This is going to be harder in here because of the lack of space to move around. But yeah, the Sonic video games and all of that kind of stuff. And that's when we started going to like rental stores to rent games and things like that. I think I had Alex Kidd. Was it Alex Kidd? I think that was one of them. And that, yeah, that's where the sort of hobby of, you know, going to buy games or rent games sort of started. And that's also where I had my first experience of a game that I generally just rented and hated playing, and that was a game called Another World. It may have been called something else in the US. Let me check, because I know we're going to beat this guy. It was called Another World here. It may just be called Another World, you know. In North America, it was published as Out of This World, yeah, and it was a side-scrolling sort of half 3D-ish game, and you know, it's probably just that I wasn't very good at games. I found it so difficult, the movement sluggish, and oh my god, and my dad hated it as well. And I remember we got it from this like second-hand game shop. And to this day, me and my dad joke about and think that guy must have laughed as we walked out. Like, I managed to sell it. But I think it's a game that actually is quite well loved, and it actually got some good reviews. But yeah, it did not vibe with me, sadly. So yeah, we had the Genesis, the Mega Drive for a very long time indeed. It's what I remember as like almost like my first console, even though we had the Spectrum Sinclair before that. I guess because it felt more like it was mine. And then we got a PS1 a few years later, and that's attached to quite a sad story. My dad got very sick. It must have been 2000, 2001, I'm guessing. When did the PS1 come out? It always amazes me that it came out a lot earlier than I think. PS1 release. Okay, it definitely wasn't 94 that we got this. Maybe 98? When did the PS2 come out? God, you forget how long. When did that come out? Release date 2000. Yeah, you know how long some game consoles lifespans were. Yeah, so once again, it wasn't a new console when we got one, but my dad got very, very sick over Christmas, and he was in hospital for Christmas. He got blood poisoning, and it was a bit hit and miss, but he pulled through, and he's still with us to this day. But I think maybe because of we were all stressed and worried, and he had 2 young kids, and he wanted us to have a good Christmas. They got us one, and me and my brother, and I think from what I remember, my mum had to ring my dad in the hospital or something like that about how to set up the PlayStation. But I remember I think we plugged it in my brother's room for some reason, or I remember it being upstairs. Maybe we were still sharing a bedroom at that point. Oh god, here we are at Gold Tooth. Okay, we'll let this guy run up. And the PS1 became like our console for a very long time. And yeah, many adventures on that. But I think some standouts for me for that are Star Wars Demolition. Played an absolute ton of that. Abe's Odyssey. I also played that on the PC with my dad. Gosh, what else? Star Wars Jedi Power Battles, which I know didn't get the best reviews, but wait, I thought I'd killed you, Goldtooth. What the? Did I shoot the wrong guy? Oh, I thought I'd shot you first, dude. Okay, okay, the dodger's not good. Do we have a little help? Oh no, 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 why would you run away? Okay, just... Please. Okay, we're probably going to die. It doesn't matter, we're not hardcore. But it would be great if we survived this. I never had any of the big PS1 classics though, you know, like Final Fantasies. I wish I had, because I've started to get into the Final Fantasy series as I've gotten older, and I absolutely adore them. But maybe it wasn't for me back then, and maybe my parents knew. Yeah, there's no way my kid is going to have the patience to play these games. Obviously the wrestling games, SmackDown 1 and 2, hours and hours of them playing that with my friends. Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot games, we're going to die here. Croc the Legend of Gobbos. Yeah, there we go. Oof. Luckily it's not hardcore. But yeah, man, the PlayStation 1. To this day feels very special, like as it has a real place in my heart. But we also had we never had like a proper gaming PC growing up, but we had, a PC that could play some games. And I think probably when I think of my childhood gaming, the one game that I think of like the most is this game called, and you may have guessed that I was a huge Star Wars nerd by the amount of Star Wars games I'm mentioning, but it was Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. I still remember the day we bought it. It came in those big box PC game boxes, and we bought it from the local game. That's the name of the game shop in the UK. It's called Game. I know, genius name. And I'm still young because I remember the next door, or like a few doors down from Game, was a shoe shop called, is it called Clark's? I think it's called Clark's. And that's where like all the kids would get their school shoes from. And I remember being sat in this afterwards, holding the box, reading all the like bits that you got in it, while some worker at the shop was helping me try on shoes and was asking about the game. And I remember she pointed out and said, "Oh, this is only for." Let's have another look. Star Wars Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight. What was its rating? UK rating. 12 and over, yeah. Okay, so I was not 12. I was maybe... When did it come out? '97, yeah. I must have been about 8 or something. And you might go, oh, that's irresponsible. But, firstly, it wasn't an incredibly violent game. I mean, you're shooting things, but, it wasn't all blood and guts and stuff like that. But there's a level 9. My dad would play games with me, like next to me, and, partly to be like, oh, I want to make sure this is appropriate for my kid, but also for that shared kind of experience. And we just played it for hours. We loved it. Like, real bonding moments for me and my dad over games. We still talk about games to this day. Okay, I think it's time to do collecting kelp. And then probably back to... Well, we could try Princess. No, I think it might... I don't know if we can do it with the ads. But yeah, another, we played a lot of Abe's Odyssey together in the evenings. Oh man, yeah. Good times indeed. What are we on? 20 minutes. Cool. I hope you like to listen to me ramble about some video games there. If you want to ask any more sort of deeper questions about it, or you want to share anything, please do in the comments. I would love that. Anything in here that we need? No, not yet. Okay, let's go get our... We've got enough bullets for now, I think.
Need help?
Yeah, but maybe I should just buy another stack just to be careful. Be careful. So yeah, I think we at least do collecting kelp and scout the mine, get back to Goldshire, and then maybe Hearth over and get to level 10. Oh, now hold on a second. I don't like the modern water in my old style WoW. Have it on fair? No, no. There we go. That's the classic WoW water. Okay, this is once again one of those quests where you can be like, that was dead easy because, you know, every Murloc drops the kelp. Or you're here for absolutely ages. Let's see. If we get lucky. Got another shot off there, that was nice. There we go. Oh, okay, that's a good start. Somebody, I think it was you, Lorik, asked in the last episode what class, what spec am I going to go? I think it's going to be a Beastmaster Hunter, just because I know it works, I know it's comfy, I know you don't have to think too much. I know there's arguments for like marksman, but yeah, I think just Beast Mastery will be the way that we go. Okay, we're doing absolutely brilliant here. This is great. Put the Hunter's Mark up. Get some shots out. Yeah, we're a bit slowed in the water there to kite him, but that's fine. Oh wow, 4 of 4. That's bloody lovely. That. No, we had to get one of you, didn't we? Go away. Right, yeah, we'll head to Jasperlode Mine now. I know there's a lot of wolves over here. Also, I'll give me a break. Dude. Okay. There we go. And then we will head over to the other mine. And explore it. Yeah, run back to Goldshire, Hearth. I'm hoping to at least get to level 10 today. That would be good. Depending on how long that takes, whether we will do the pets. Like I said in the next episode or this episode, my initial thoughts are probably the next episode. Just with, you know, we're not that far in at the moment, really. Oh, there's a human. Gizmy. Hello, Gizmy. Give him a little wave there. Oh, he's invited us to a group. Oh, nice. We've got a little pet tank. I'll let him do his thing there. Awesome. I think if I was playing with someone and I played a hunter, I'd consider marksman. Like, I think if I was playing a hunter with Kirsty, I would consider, you know, because usually one of us will play a tank or healer. Usually one of us will play a tank, you know, as a main kind of like focus, you know, have one person for the, oh god, okay, but for the bad guys to focus on. In our current Season of Discovery Alliance characters, that's actually Kirst's Paladin. She's playing a Protection Paladin. I think she really loves it. With the modern bits of Paladin that they've added, like, you know, the Shield of Righteousness and Holy Shield and all of that cool stuff. Do you know how to use Quest Finder? I don't. I use something called Questy. Quest Finder. I think so. Or you can download directly. Sorry about that. I was just speaking to this guy. One thing I've got to, or I'm trying to do with, you know, with this series is realize that there'll be times that I don't have to talk, and I know it's part of sort of the chill, comfy vibes. We can listen to the music and stuff. I used to play some Draining Crusade. Ah, nice. Let's go. Let him get his little tap of his mind there. He's not hit it again. Maybe his bags are full? Okay, let us head back to Goldshire. I love those little bits. That's why I love WoW. You know, those little bits where you just meet a random person, you have a little chat, and you know you go your own way. Lovely. I'm being chased by everyone here. How would you guys feel about some like chill like fishing streams? I was thinking about like what, you know, for like hopefully we get to 500 subs soon. That would be nice. Subscribe if you're new. um, I used to do these Q&As, which would be either me talking to a camera or even before I had a camera. But I thought we could do something maybe a bit different, like still do, you know, Q&As and sort of that content that allows us sort of to connect, you know, audience to creator, but not as formal. And while we could play some, you know, play something. Oh God. I think my dream situation would be to grow the community. We might die here. We've pulled a lot of you little bastards. Would be to have a community that could like play well together in the way that I like. That sounds really bad. Play the game how I want to, but no, what I mean is like a casual community of players on a server, and you know we could do some cool dungeons together and stuff like that, but without the formality of a guild. I mean, we'd probably still have to have a guild, but it would be very much from the get-go be this is a community guild. Obviously, we had Honor Bound with Happy, and I'm really happy, with what we did with that, but it wasn't. It didn't end up how I wanted it. You know, it became very much a raiding guild and almost slipped into like I would say like hardcore raiding, which is not something I ever personally ever wanted from it. Not that that's wrong. But yeah, I think in the future, I would say it's a community guild. We do community stuff together. Maybe we can casually raid together, maybe, but there would never be that pressure of like a serious guild.
What can I do for you?
So yeah, if you do ever want to come over to Mirage Raceway Classic era on the Alliance, this is where I am. Okay, we are going to do a quick sell, and then we're going to head... Oh, well, we're going to Hearthstone, actually, aren't we?
What are you
let's
looking
do
for?
that.
Light bless you.
Let me just look. Do I... Oh, I probably go hand that in first, don't I? Yeah. Get a bit of extra XP. And then up into the snowy lands of Dunmoreau, we do, level 9, Biz Arrival, I think we played a blinder here. We've got us to a point where we're at level. We're a bit under for Operation Recombobulation, but what are you going to do, eh? Oh, I can't wait to get our pet. This recording session has flown by. I don't know why, but WoW sometimes feels like I talk. I feel like I'm talking, and I think, oh god, that must be, I don't know, half an hour, and I look and it'll be like 10 minutes. Maybe because it's more freeform and not as like story driven, you know, and time passes slower. I guess. Little Threepwood here. I'm loving them so far. Having a real blast. And yeah, if you want to come hang out on Cataclysm servers, you know, from MOP, I'm not a big Cataclysm guy. I've barely played any of Cataclysm while it's been current content, but I am interested in playing Mr. Pandaria. If you want to come level a character, it's a good time to do it. It's Joyce Journeys. I'm playing on Firemore EU. That's just because there are some people on there that I want to play with as well. But I may... I think I'm also a Mirage Raceway on Cataclysm as well. I've got loads of Alliance characters there. If you ever want to just hit me up and say, yo, let's do some dungeons or whatever, I'm more than happy to. That would be lovely. Okay. Let me think. Yeah, let's Hearthstone. I'll just get the tram back. I don't really need to worry too much about... Yeah, I won't fly back to Stormwind for mine Forge, so we'll hand that in next time we're in Stormwind. That's all good, yeah. Okay, great.
Low.
Low indeed. Got some health potions there, put that there. Sell these. I'll keep that. I might do cooking, maybe.
Keep your
Okay.
feet on the ground.
Hunter trainer, please. Outside, I think. We should get first aid.
Low. Be good.
Healing our pets, healing ourselves. That's just generally a good idea. We can make loads of different bandages. Yeah, hunter trainer. There you are, up there. Ah, back in snowy Dunmeadow.
Here there.
Okay, filter available. Parry, concussive shot, and a new rank of Raptor Strike.
Off with you.
So concussive shot is very cool indeed. New Raptor Strike, and what was the other one? Oh, we can parry now. Okay, helps a little bit with our defense. Okay, we'll go up here and left and over to Bruno Village, and yeah, we'll get all this done. Might get us. We're about halfway there. Yeah, 49.3. Awesome. I don't know what it is with WoW. I have done this area quite a lot recently. I mean, I think I've done this area today. No, yesterday, on our me and Kirst's season of Discovery. No, season of Discovery characters. And I'd done something else before that, and I'm probably going to be there again soon on Cataclysm probably. And I'm not at all. I never get bored with it. I think the only time I ever get bored with it is if I'm bored of the game as a whole. But if I'm into the game, I'm never bored of specific areas. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in a WoW mood, sorry, I got a little floppy piece of hair there. If I'm in a WoW mood, I'm all about every area. I'm not thinking, oh no, maybe some specific quests. You know, I've talked about some of the Westfall quests I don't like, but I'm never hating it. There have been times when I've not been in a WoW mood and I've made a new character and I've done a few bits and my brain's just been like, no, this isn't the one at the moment, MIDI. But it always comes back to me, and I think it always will. Oh, that's a nice little screenshot for the old thumbnail. A hunter's moon. Oh my god, a hunter's moon. Hold on. Oh no, I just blocked my... I pressed the wrong button. That's perfect, because he's like mooning you out the moon. Rude. Perfect. Oh my god. You're going to see the thumbnail before you actually see me doing that, so yeah, that's where the idea came from. Alrighty. Bruno Village it is. Little hand in, yeah, a few little things to do. What level are these? Lepinomes between 8 and 10, so yeah, it is doable. But I'm going to go do Frostmane Hold first, I think. Here we are.
Talk to me. Be good. Watch your back. Be good.
God, the music's gorgeous.
Welcome. Keep your feet on the
I
ground.
might actually turn it up a bit. Really get into the... There we go. Oh. Okay, So we need to kill the beasties around Bruno Village. Well, we may as well kill some while we're here. We can now concussive shot to slow things down, especially good against boars which can charge. But it really helps, as you can see, with the little kite strats that we've been doing. There we go. We can hit him with another one. There with an arcane shot. Awesome. God, there's some like lower strings in that song that I think I've only just picked up. Maybe it's with these rad headphones that I've got. We're doing... Oh, this is awesome. There we go. Okay, I think you're jumping around enough that you're not a bot. Always have to be suspicious of these dwarf hunters. Okay, here we go. Into the concussive shot. No. Maybe he is a bot. No, I don't think so. Let's say hello. I hope this, if it is, this doesn't count as helping a bot. Okay, he waved at us. That's fine. I guess here's a bit of a test to see how, if anyone's watching at this point. We're 43 minutes in. What would you guys think about the same kind of chill playthroughs of other MMOs? I've been in a bit of a Star Wars mood recently, and I'd like to maybe try the Old Republic again, because I've had fun with that in the past, but never really sank my teeth into it. It won't be for a while. It's just, you know, something I've been thinking about. Excuse me. Oh, right. Right, we've done a few of the bears. Let's, ooh, you are one of the guys we need. And you throw stuff, which is great. Which means we can just stand here. Hello, we're back. I'm sorry about that. I had to perform some husbandly duties for my wife, so... Yeah, she's just feeling a little bit under the weather, so just took her a drink up and, you know, that kind of stuff. She's trying to get back to sleep, but, yeah, she's not feeling super well. She had a bit of a bad bout of the flu a couple of weeks ago, and I think she's still got a bit of a hangover from that. Just like, you know, not fully recovered properly. You know what I mean? Sometimes those things can kind of linger there for a while, and sometimes it flares up and stuff. So, yeah, just made sure she was okay. Okay, we've got 2 here. Oh, please, no. No, no, no. Why? Why did you do that? Okay. Just want to get... Yeah, okay. And then a health potion. Okay, he's evading. We've got you back. This is number... Oh, did the other guy run away? I thought we... Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, die, 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 die. Okay. Ooh, that was a little stressful, but we're okay. So we need 1 more of them. Just got to look out for that troll there. Oh. No, a snow strider has decided to join the fray. Oh, these guys are a little bit tough. There we go. Okay, let's eat some food and drink some water. And also got a new axe. 2.9 damage up from 1.7. Very nice, actually. Happy with that. I guess this is going to be a bit of a longer episode, guys. Oh, we have a friendly warlock here. Pizzjub. Pizzjub. Bloody Pizzjub. Oh god. There's a rare there. Oh no, that's not so good. Oh, he's actually... She's helping us. Well, she was helping us. Oh, okay. See what did they drop? Royal Frostmaid Girdle, which is a piece of mail, so not really useful for us. But those are the breaks. At least we killed him. I think when I did this on our Cataclysm Warrior Happy, which I know we never continued, which we just did 1 episode, I'm sorry about that. He was like spawned up in like the rock somewhere outside. So I think if we jump down here, we'll just go around here? Wait a sec. See, I've always jumped there and ran all the way round, and Does this just come out here? No, okay. I was going to say, that is... Okay, I'm going to die. It's probably not the biggest deal if I do. Which I am going to, probably. Potion might save us, actually. We might just be okay. Yeah, we're going to be alright. Whew. Well, that was a bit ropey, but we did it. Let's get some food down us. We need some better food soon, actually. I'm afraid we're probably not getting our bear tonight. Oh, do you know what I do? Guys, gals, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this here. And I'm just going to record an extra episode, I think. Because I can probably play another half hour and that might get us there. So, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching this episode of Threepwood, the Dwarf Hunter on Mirage Raceway Classic EU era. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. If you're new, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, give us a little like. It really helps. I'll speak to you all soon, and bye for now.